Hello my fellow readers, welcome to Ren Reads. I am super excited about this video because as you can tell from the title above, it's going to be another readathon, and I did film a 24-hour readathon a couple videos back and it was super exciting. I got a lot of books read and I'm expecting to do that this time, but instead of 24 hours I'll be doing a 48-hour readathon, or attempting to do a 48-hour readathon. I still have a lot of books on my TBR. Literally, I haven't read one book this month, or I haven't finished one book this month. I read a couple of books, but I haven't fully finished one, and that's honestly disgraceful on my part. Hopefully this 48 hours will help me finish a lot of books or get started on a lot of books. So yeah, if you like these types of videos, make sure you hit a big thumbs up, click that red button down below, just become part of my reading family, and let's get started with the readathon. Okay, so first I'm going to be showing y'all my big TBR for this 48-hour readathon. It's pretty extreme on my standards. I know a lot of people for their readathons, they choose like 10 to 12 books. Not me, okay? I need to keep it minimum. Even this pile is a lot for me. But with a lot of these books, I mentioned them on my channel multiple times because I've been needing to read them and get them over with a long time ago. So hopefully this will be the last video that they are mentioned in. But yeah, the first one is One of Us is Lying. I mentioned this on my channel literally like 5 times, but I have been reading this book throughout the first, because today is April 17th, so I've been reading this book throughout the first 17 days of April. I'm actually on page 242 out of, I think it's like 300 or something, so I'm super close to be finishing with this. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be the first book I will be finishing. So far it runs about like a 3.5, so I don't really see this getting a 4 or 5 point stars, but yeah, it's been alright. Not perfect, not the worst, so super excited to finish this. Another book I have been currently reading is In the Cellar, and this is, I think, a nonfiction telling of a guy who got kidnapped, and it's honestly not that interesting. Like, I feel sad to say that because it's a true story. I think it's a true story, but and it's sad to say that it's not interesting that a person's writing their story about being kidnapped. But I don't know, I might DNF this just because I'm already on page 51 and it's just not intriguing to me, and I thought it was going to be better than what it was, but I'm in the middle of this as well. And I just started this book a couple days ago. It's John Green, Paper Towns, and I'm on page 11 actually. Oh, I just finished reading the prologue, and I just started chapter 1, so I barely read any of this. I have little green sticky notes or page flags just to see like how much to read. I think there's only 300 pages in here, so I marked every 100 pages, and hopefully this is an easy read. I'm actually really excited to read this, so hopefully I'll get this done in this 48-hour period. Another book I need to start is The Program by Susan Young. The synopsis of this is actually very intriguing, and I started it way back and only got to page like 20 something, but I took out the bookmark because I just want to go ahead and reread it. But hopefully I get to this. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to finish this book during this readathon, but hopefully I'll make some progress within it. Yeah. Another book on my TBR is The Secret Life of the Bees. I've had this on my shelf for a while. It's a pretty short read, as you can tell. I think there's only 300 pages to this as well. Yeah, so this should hopefully be an easy read if I get to it. This is not my top priority, but I thought it would be a good add to my TBR. And I love the movie to this, so hopefully the book will be just as good. Speaking about book to movie adaptation, I'm still in the middle of The Help. Once again, I might DNF this. I might DNF this as well because it's just not that interesting to me. Like, it's interesting to me, but it's exactly like the movie. So if I wanted to read this book, I would just watch the movie, honestly. But I'm going to give it another chance. I'm on page 105. And this is actually a pretty thick book, so I don't know if I'm going to finish this as well. But hopefully I make a good indentation on it. And yeah, that's the last book in this little TBR for my 48-hour readathon. And I know it's been a pretty long intro, and it's about to be, yeah, I'm just going to start this at 9:20 because it's 9:13 right now, April 17th, like I said earlier. Let's start this damn thing already. Alright, this is the next morning, April 18th, 10:53 a.m. and I'm actually about to head to church, but I just wanted to pop on here real quick saying that I finally finished One of Us is Lying. I read a little bit last night and I ended up getting really tired, so I went to bed early around 10:30, and then I woke up at 8 today and took a shower, read a little bit of this, and I ended up finding an audiobook on it, so I listened to that while I was doing like my makeup and my hair and everything and getting dressed. So I finally finished it. This is actually a really good book. I loved the ending of it. It shook me to the core. Honestly, I did not think that's how Simon died in this book. I don't want to say any spoilers, but this person, Simon, died in like the beginning of the book, and it shows in the summary, so it's not like a spoiler or anything. And the whole book is trying to find out like who killed him, because there's these 4 students left in the room, and it had the biggest twist. I didn't know that person killed him and who was his accomplice and all that. And there's a little bit of romance in this book, so I thought that was cool. And yeah, I think I'm gonna rate this overall a 3.5. I was debating like a 3.5, 4 stars, but I feel like it's not hitting that 4 stars for me yet because all the drama happened at the very end of the book, I would say. But yeah, so I'll be rating this a 3.5 on Goodreads, and there's a sequel to this. I forgot what it's called. I think it's called One of Us is Next, and so I'm guessing that one of them is gonna die in the next book. I'm not sure. I'm excited to read it. Can't wait to get my hands on it. But yeah, I'm not sure what next book I'm going to be picking up. Maybe In the Cellar or Paper Towns. But finally excited that I finished this. Alright, so I just got home from church a couple hours ago. It is now it is now 2:10, and I read a little bit more of In the Cellar, literally a little. Like, I read 2 to 3 pages, and for some reason this book is just not speaking to me. I'm not getting a grasp of what they're even talking about at this moment. Like, I'm so confused, and it's just not grabbing my attention. And so I think I'm gonna DNF this. This is the very first book I will be DNFing, and I really didn't want to do it, but this is just not intriguing whatsoever. And for the people who actually like this book, I'm sorry, but it's just not appealing to me. I only got up to page 52 and I'm just not vibing with it. So I will be reading Paper Towns John Green instead, because I was kind of in a slump with this one just because it wasn't intriguing to me, and I know this book is pretty good, so I'm gonna start reading this one and hopefully this will be better. Okay, it is 7:55 p.m. and I just finished reading the first 100 pages of Paper Town. It's like the little first mark right here. It's going pretty good so far. The first chapter, I feel like it was I guess it was starting off the story, so the first chapter was boring, but after that, it started talking about him hanging out with Margot, and she came to his room one night and knocked on the window saying, "Hey, I need to borrow your car. I need for you to drive me around to these destinations so I can mark these things off my list." So for a couple hours at night towards the morning, Margot and Quentin did these 11 things that were adventurous, and she was getting back at old friends, like revenge and stuff. So that was cool. That lasted I think that lasted for like 60 pages or something. And then it changed to part 2 of the book, and she is now missing, and Quentin is like getting questions about like where's she at, and the school is going to chaos because she's technically the leader, and without her, the seniors are like tormenting the freshmen and stuff. So he's going through that, even though he's a senior, but he's still getting bullied. But yeah, that's what happened in the first 100 pages. Actually pretty good. I know there's a movie based off of this that I never really was intrigued to watch, but after reading a little bit of this book, I actually want to watch it after finishing it. And yeah, I'm about to go inside because it's getting pretty chilly out here, and maybe I'll pick up a different book to just like have a break from this one. But this one is actually really good, so I might keep reading it. I don't know yet. We'll find out when I get inside. Okay, it is the same day, and it is 10:16, and I read a little bit of The Program by Suzanne Young. I just read a couple of pages up to page 59, and I will say this is actually really good, but based on the summary and just like reviews of this book, just make sure if you have trigger warnings for depression or suicidal thoughts, just make sure you're in a good state of mind before reading this, or just don't read this at all, because it is honestly very hard to read with those trigger warnings. But it's actually a pretty good book, and the storyline is good so far. Right now there's these 3 main characters. One is Sloane, one is James, and one is Miller. And Sloane and James are a couple, and Miller is their friend. And already they've had like past friends that have gone to the program and has come back, like not knowing them at all. So with this book, there's these kids at this school, and if you're in school like 18 years or younger, if you're showing any signs of depression whatsoever, there's these people in white coats, and they take you away to the program, and that's where They strip you away from all of your memories and just make you a whole brand new person, and you come back not knowing anyone that you've known in the past. And so with our main character, we know that her brother had committed suicide about 2 years back, and then the guy that she's dating was actually her brother's best friend, so they have a connection through that. And one of her best friends got taken away to the program 6 weeks ago, because the whole program takes 6 weeks to strip you of your identity. And she came back not knowing who she was, which is expected from them. So yeah, that's what I read so far. It's very interesting, but once again, it's really hard to read. So and I've also been highlighting a couple things in this book, just quotes that stand out to me. And my brother are about to go watch Doctor Strange downstairs, and that will take a little bit over 2 hours. So after that, I will hopefully pick up one of these books to read furthermore. And I'm gonna try to stay up as late as possible to read, because I barely got any reading done today. And yeah, that's the update so far.
Because it is a middle grade, but it was written by one of my subscribers, and I am so incredibly excited for her. So this is Alicia in Atlantis, and this is by Natalie Lane.
Okay, first of all, it is 9:20 p.m. so it's technically been a full 48 hours of this readathon, and I can say I'm very disappointed in myself because I did not make a lot of time to read whatsoever, and that's like the basis of these videos. I just recorded this at the wrong time because I've been super busy. Like, when I started this Saturday night, I had some time, but I got sleepy, so I went to bed early. And then all day Sunday, I was hanging out with my parents, and we had church in the morning, so that was another block in the road. And then today, I just had so much to do. I had to edit some videos. I still haven't even done my homework, and it's already nighttime. And then I spent the rest of the day with my cousin, so I didn't even bring anything over there, and I've just been busy and getting stuff done. So let me just show you the progress that I've done within this 48-hour readathon, because it's not much, although I'm glad I did get at least a little bit of progress done. And yeah, so with Paper Towns, I got up to page 144, which is almost halfway, which is pretty good to me. I still have about 11 days to finish this within this month. I have 11 days to finish all the books that I'm about to show you, so I think I can still make a little bit more progress. But yeah, that's where I'm at with Paper Towns. My rating is still around the same, or my reviews are still the same as I said in previous clips. But it's pretty good so far. And with the program, I made some progress on this as well. I'm on page 98, or I'm on page 99, and far from the middle or far from finishing this book, but it is pretty good so far, and I'm thinking that I will definitely finish these the rest of April. So yep. And then within the cellar, I actually DNF'd this, but I am going to give it a second chance later in the future, because on Goodreads it's actually high rated, and I've heard really good comments and reviews about it. I just need to give it another chance because it is a true story, and I just feel like if I DNF a serious situation like this of kidnapping and it being a true story, I kind of feel bad. So I will give this another chance. I'll put it back on my shelf and probably grab it later whenever I'm in the mood to read a nonfiction kidnapping book. And then I didn't, oh, I forgot to grab it, but I did finish One of Us is Lying. That's one of the books that I finished in this readathon. Actually, it was the only book I finished in this readathon. I had like 160 pages left, so I read that, and that was the first book I finished. And then I didn't get to read The Secret Life of the Bees. It wasn't my top priority. It was actually my least priority because it wasn't in my TBR video anyways. So I'll just probably put this back on my TBR shelf. And then I didn't get to touch The Help whatsoever. I was honestly dreading reading this, but like I said, I still have 11 days left of April, so hopefully I'll get these 3 done by then. Follow me on Goodreads to see like the progress I'm doing with these. So yeah, I know this 4-day readathon wasn't really productive like with the reading. Like I said, I've been busy and I just chose the wrong time to do this, but I did still get some progress done, so thumbs up on that. And yeah, if you like this video, make sure to big thumbs up, click that red button down below to become part of my reading family, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.